Muscles, first of all, the muscles of the anterior compartment, they are categorized, they are grouped under the 3 groups. The number 1 is superficial group. It consists of 4 muscles: pronator teres, flexor carpi radialis, the palmaris longus, and the flexor carpi ulnaris. The second group, only 1 muscle, flexor digitorum superficialis, which is also called as a flexor digitorum sublimis. And then the third one is the third group is the deeper group, the deep group, and it consists of the 3 muscles: the flexor digitorum profundus, flexor pollicis longus, and the pronator quadratus. Okay, and the structures, other structures which will be coming across in your anterior compartment. So the 2 arteries, 2 major arteries, the ulnar artery and the radial artery. Here you can see. You see the brachial artery. It is going to divide here opposite the. किस जगह पे आगे डिवाइड करती है जी brachial artery? हाँ जी. Neck of the radius going to divide with the radial artery, and the other one the ulnar artery. So 2 arteries of the anterior compartment coming downward, which has been given in the anterior compartment, the radial artery and the ulnar artery, and the 2 nerves which are entering in the anterior compartment. The one is the median nerve, and the other one is the ulnar nerve. Right. So we'll be talking about all these things one by one. First of all, we'll talk about the muscles. So as far as the muscles are concerned, remember the superficial group muscle. So superficial muscles, all the superficial muscles, right? They are basically getting origin from the anterior aspect of the medial epicondyle of the humerus, and that's why it is also called as the common flexor origin, right? So the superficial group के जो flexor superficial group of muscles जो है, flexor muscles हैं, these are getting origin from the anterior surface of the medial epicondyle of the humerus. That's what is also called as the common flexor origin. Number 1, right? So we'll talk about the pronator teres muscle. Number 1 here, the pronator teres. You can see the muscle running obliquely over here. This muscle, it is the pronator. Name is representing कि क्या करेगा ये pronation करेगा बच्चों, ठीक है? It's a pronator of the forearm, right? So it has got the 2 heads of origin. One is the bigger one is the humeral head coming from the medial epicondyle of the humerus, ठीक है? And the other one is the ulnar head, which is coming from the the medial border of the coronoid process. You see, this is the coronoid process of the ulna. So, इसके medial border से ये right? So the origin of the pronator teres muscle is by the 2 heads, the humeral head and the ulnar head. The humeral head is coming from the common flexor origin. That is what? That is the anterior surface of the medial epicondyle of the humerus, whereas the ulnar head is coming from the lateral, medial aspect of the coronoid process of the ulna, right? And then it travels running obliquely towards the radius, and it's going to be inserted where? In the middle of the lateral aspect of the shaft of the radius. As you can see, the middle of the lateral aspect of the shaft of the radius is going to be inserted over there, right? And it is going to be, supplied by the nerve called as the median nerve. Remember one thing, that the median nerve, it is just going to, see, the median nerve is going to leave the cubital fossa by passing between the 2 heads of the pronator teres muscle. ठीक है? It's going to pierce. ठीक है? ये pierce करेगी pronator teres muscle को, इसके दोनों heads के दरमियान में pass करेगी, and is going to enter into the forearm. It's a viva question, that how the median nerve enters the forearm, right? How it enters the forearm? It is going to pass between the 2 heads of the pronator teres muscle and is going to enter into the forearm. Is it clear, ji? कोई problem तो नहीं बचे? Okay. Whereas the ulnar, you see here, the ulnar artery, it passes deep to the pronator teres muscle. The median nerve has enter करेगी, it is going to pierce through the pronator teres, and the ulnar artery passes deep to the pronator teres and enters the anterior compartment. Here you can see this. ठीक है? ये इसके pronator teres के नीचे से आ रही है. Is it clear, जी? Okay. Now it's supplied by the it's supplied by the median nerve, because it is piercing through the muscle and is going to supply that muscle, and then its action क्या है? It's going to do the pronation forearm. The other one is the flexor carpi radialis muscle. It's a very simple. It's a muscle which is just coming from the common flexor origin. इसकी origin है जी. It's coming from the common flexor origin. क्या है जी? Can you repeat it again? Hurry up. What is the common flexor origin?
Medial epicondyle.
Right, anterior surface of the medial epicondyle of the humerus, right? So it's coming from here, you can see, and it is going to be inserted at the bases of the anterior surface of the bases of the second and third metacarpal bones. ठीक है, स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द हैंड आपको पता है ना बच्चे, या रिपीट बता दूं, these are carpal bones, these are the metacarpal bones, then these are the proximal phalanges, then the middle phalanges, and then the distal phalanges, right? Is it clear? Again, this is a carpometacarpal joint जी, ठीक है, metacarpophalangeal joint, proximal interphalangeal joint and the distal interphalangeal joint, ठीक है, जैसे हमने toes भी पढ़े थे ना, you just remember it like this. Okay, so this flexor carpi radialis, it is coming from the common flexor origin and is going to be inserted where, at the basis of the second anterior surface, anterior surface of the basis of the second and the third metacarpal bones, ठीक है. Again, it is supplied by the median nerve and it is basically the flexor of the wrist, ठीक है ना, ये wrist को flex कर रहा है, ठीक है, wrist joint को flex कर रहा है. And it is also performing the abduction. जब इसके बिल्कुल बैक साइड पे posterior aspect पे एक मसल आ रहा है, that is the extensor muscles are extensor carpi radialis longus and extensor carpi radialis brevis. So with these two muscles, it is also performing the abduction of the wrist. ठीक है जी, flexor carpi radialis along with the extensor carpi radialis longus and brevis, it is also the abductor of the wrist. ठीक है, जो contact करेगा तो क्या करेगा, wrist को abduct करेगा, इससे move करेगा, right जी. Okay, now we have got the palmaris longus muscle. Here you can see the palmaris longus is small spindle-shaped muscle. You see. And again coming from this common flexor origin. It's a small belly and a long tendon, right? It's got a small belly and long tendon, and in 14% of the cases it is absent, right? In 14% cases it is absent, and it is going to be attached at the base, at the upper border. यहाँ पे कौन सा retinaculum था जी? Let me show you. Here you go. So it is going to be inserted. You see, here you see the palmaris longus tendon. It is going to be inserted in the flexor retinaculum or at the apex of this palmar aponeurosis. You see, it's going to be inserted where? In the flexor retinaculum or the apex of this palmar aponeurosis. As you see, palmar aponeurosis is considered as a degenerated tendon of the palmaris longus. ठीक है, ये हम आगे पढ़ेंगे, right? So it is, you see, it's going to be inserted in the apex of this palmar aponeurosis, right? Again, it is supplied by what? It is supplied by the median nerve, ठीक है? Anterior compartment की जो बेटे nerve supply है ना, the major nerve supply, most of the muscles, तकरीबन मतलब we have talked about ना कि we have got the 8 muscles in it, ठीक है? तो 8 में से 6.5 muscles, these are supplied by the median nerve, ठीक है? Only 1.5 muscles, these are supplied by the ulnar nerve, ठीक है? So here you can see that this tendon is going to be inserted in the apex of this palmar aponeurosis over here. Is it clear? Now, function क्या है जी? Again, it's a flexor of the wrist, ठीक है? लेकिन एक छोटा सा muscle है, right? लेकिन we have got its another value. It's a surgical importance, right? And surgical importance is that this long tendon muscle, it is used for the tendon graft, ठीक है? Tendon grafting के लिए use है. For example, there is a penetrating injury in which your disc muscle, flexor carpi radialis, ये injure हो गया, ठीक है? और ये tear up हो गया, or it's not getting repaired. Then what we'll do, we'll just detach this tendon from here and attach over here, so that it can perform the action of the flexor carpi radialis. Likewise, same case with the other tendons. Ulnaris के साथ भी हो सकता है. With any one tendon of the fingers, pollicis के साथ भी हो सकता है. Any tendon in the wrist, ठीक है? इसका जो benefit क्या है बेटा, कि it is this sort of जो surgery है, it will not lead to any kind of the deformity cause नहीं करेगा, ठीक है ना? ये बस इसको यहाँ से ओपन करेंगे, इसको यहाँ से डिटैच करेंगे और यहाँ पे अटैच करेंगे, right? It's a minor, it's a not big procedure. So the surgical importance is palmaris longus ये है कि it is used for the tendon grafts. Okay जी, is it clear जी? The other one is flexor carpi ulnaris. The flexor carpi ulnaris, I told you that this muscle, again, it is getting origin from the common flexor origin over here, and it is going to be inserted over the pisiform bone. Here you can see this carpal bone, pisiform bone. Basically, the pisiform bone is considered as a small sesamoid bone. This pisiform bone is considered as a small See, some might bone in the tendon of the flexor carpi ulnaris, right? And it is going to be inserted over the hook of the hamate, giving the tendon slip to the hook of the hamate and to the base of the fifth metacarpal bone, right? So the flexor carpi ulnaris is a muscle which is getting origin from the common flexor origin from the, that is the medial epicondyle of the humerus, and is going to be inserted in the pisiform bone, the hook of the hamate, and the base of the fifth metacarpal bone. And this is the muscle which is supplied by the ulnar nerve. I told you that 1.5 muscles, these are supplied by the ulnar nerve, and the 6.5 muscles, they are supplied by the median nerve, right? So the flexor carpi ulnaris, it is supplied by the ulnar nerve. ठीक है जी, और इसके जो action है, that is a flexor of the wrist again. ठीक है ना, ये flexion cause कर रहा है wrist की, and along with the extensor carpi ulnaris of the the posterior compartment, it is responsible for the adduction of the wrist. ठीक है, जब ये contact करेगा तो क्या करेगा? It is going to cause the adduction of the wrist. Is it clear जी? Flexor carpi ulnaris में कोई problem तो नहीं है बच्चे? ठीक है? Okay, now we'll talk about the flexor digitorum superficialis. Flexor digitorum superficialis, I told you that this is a muscle of the intermediate group. It is also called as a flexor digitorum sublimis. ठीक है? And it is also called as the extrinsic flexor muscle of the fingers, because it is just going to control your distal parts of your fingers. ठीक है? इनको control कर रहा है जो distal fingers हैं, right? So it is also called as extrinsic. Why extrinsic? That this is a muscle coming from the outside of the hand. Okay? It's coming from the forearm and is going to have action over this middle phalanges of the hand. So it is called as the extrinsic muscle of the extrinsic flexor muscle of the fingers, right? So okay, so I told you before that it is considered as the deeper muscle of the superficial group, or as a separate muscle group, that's the intermediate muscle group. Now its origin, it has got the two heads of origin, bache. It has got the humero-ulnar head, and the radial head. The humero-ulnar head, it is coming from the उसमें से भी दो humeral-ulnar, means it's coming from the humerus also and also from the ulna. The humerus head is coming from the common flexor origin, medial epicondyle, and the ulnar head, it is coming from the medial border of the coronoid process of the ulna. You can see the medial border of the coronoid process of the ulna. If you remember, जब coronoid process हमने पढ़ा था, तो we have talked about the the muscles attached over the medial border of the coronoid process in a row. The superficialis, pronator teres, and then the flexor pollicis. याद है किसी को जी? Well, the radial head is coming from the oblique line. Oblique line क्या थी जी? किसी को याद है? Oblique line of the radius. Upper part of the anterior border of the radius. ठीक है जी? Oblique line of the radius. So it's coming from the anterior border, upper part of the anterior border, that is the oblique line. So the radial head is coming from there. So these two heads, they join each other and make a fibrous arch. You see? This is a humeral head coming down, and this is a radial head, then going to make this fibrous arch. And behind this fibrous arch, the ulnar nerve and artery, they are going to enter into the deeper part of the forearm. ठीक है जी? ये मैं आपको दिखा देता हूँ. Here you can see. Sorry. Okay, here you can see now. This is an arch formed by the humeral ulnar and the radius head of the superficialis, and behind this arch you can see the ulnar artery, okay, and the ulnar nerve. They are passing deeper in the deeper part of the forearm. Is it clear, ji? Okay, now its insertion in the wrist, near the in the lower part of the forearm, it is going to give the four tendons for the medial four fingers. ठीक है जी? It is going to give the four tendons for the medial four fingers. बेटा इसको जरा गौर से देखिएगा, ठीक है? These tendons will pass along with the tendons of the flexor digitorum profundus, right? In the common synovium through the carpal tunnel. मैंने आपको बताया था ये टेंडन कहाँ से पास करते हैं? Medial to lateral में सबसे पहले हमने यही पढ़ा था कि flexor digitorum superficialis and profundus tunnel. They are passing through the carpal tunnel and they are entering into the hand. ठीक है जी? carpal tunnel cross करेंगे and they will enter into the hand. And then when they will reach at the proximal phalanx, ये proximal phalanx है बच्चे. When they will reach at the corresponding proximal phalanx, they will divide into the two slips. ये दो में डिवाइड हो जाएंगे एंड दे विल गिव वे द टेंडन ऑफ द फ्लेक्सर डिजिटम परफंडस। ये देखें, ये परफंडस का टेंडन के नीचे से आ रहा है, राइट। और इसको ये ऐसे लगता है जैसे इट इज गोइंग टू यू नो पियर्स थ्रू द टेंडन ऑफ द फ्लेक्सर डिजिटम सुपरफिशियलिस, ठीक है। So it is going to give, you know, divide the two slips and give way to the tendon of flexor digitum profundus, and then they will again reunite, ठीक है, at the, you know, proximal interphalangeal joint, and then after reuniting they will again divide into two, and it is going to attach over the sides or the both borders of the middle phalanx. Middle phalanx के दोनों borders में जाके attach हो जाएगा। Is it clear जी? कोई problem तो नहीं है? I repeat it again. The tendon will pass up to the proximal phalanx. In the front of the proximal phalanx, it divides in two slips and give way to the tendon of flexor digitum profundus, and then it will reunite at the level of the PIP, the proximal interphalangeal joint, and then again divide and it's going to attach on the both sides of the middle phalanx. कोई problem तो नहीं है बच्चे? Attachment समझ में आ गई इसकी? This is how the long flexor tendons are going to be inserted in the phalanges. This is a topic, this is a separate topic, that you know, the insertion of the long flexor tendons. आपको समझ में आएगी? प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है बच्चे? जी, हेलो, anybody there? Whatever. So
yes sir, समझ
Yes,
आ
sir, कोई इशू नहीं है।
जी, कोई इशू नहीं है, गुड। सो दिस मसल इट हैज गॉट इट्स नर्व सप्लाई फ्रॉम द मीडियन नर्व, ठीक है, एंड इट इज द सेक्शन क्या होगा बेटे, देन इट इज द फ्लेक्सर ऑफ द प्रॉक्सिमल इंटरफ्लेंजियल जॉइंट। ये देखें ना, ये मिडिल फेलिंग्स पे लग रहा है, ठीक है। तो व्हेन ऑलरेडी द अदर यू नो स्मॉल जॉइंट्स आर फ्लेक्स्ड, तो ये जो आपके मिडिल इंटरफ्लेंजियल सॉरी द प्रॉक्सिमल इंटरफ्लेंजियल जॉइंट को जो मसल फ्लेक्स करेगा, दैट इज द फ्लेक्सर डिजिटम सुपरफिशियलिस। Well, it is a, you know, accessory, you know, muscle for playing an accessory role for the flexion of this, you know, metacarpophalangeal joint and the wrist joint, ठीक है। ये इसको भी फ्लेक्शन में, ये फ्लेक्शन ऑफ रिस्ट को असिस्ट करेगा, बट इट इज द मेन फ्लेक्सर ऑफ द प्रोक्सिमल इंटरफ्लेंजियल जॉइंट, ठीक है, क्योंकि ये मिडिल फैलिंक्स पे अटैच्ड है, तो ये मिडिल फैलिंक्स को पुल कर रहा है। ये मिडिल फैलिंक्स को पुल करेगा तो क्या करेगा, इट इज गोइंग टू you know flex the proximal interphalangeal joint. Is it clear what it? When we talk about the flexor digitorum profundus, flexor digitorum profundus is a bigger muscle, it's a muscle of the deep muscle, the deep group, the bigger one, and it's you know profundus, it means a deep bender of the finger. It's a Latin word, ठीक है, it means it's Latin meaning it's a deep bender or the flexor of the fingers. So this is a muscle which is having a dual nerve spine. The medial half is supplied by the ulnar nerve and the lateral half is supplied by the median nerve. मैंने आपको कहा था 1.5 muscles by the ulnar nerve. तो एक तो हो गया flexor carpi ulnaris and the medial half of the profundus. These two 1.5 muscles, these are supplied by the ulnar nerve, and the rest of the muscles, these are all supplied by the median nerve, right? So the median nerve is a major nerve of the anterior compartment of the forearm. Well, this muscle, it is getting origin from the anterior and the medial surfaces of the shaft of the ulna, number one, from the posterior border of the ulna, number two, number three क्या है, from the medial aspect of the olecranon and the quadrant process of the ulna, and number four, from the adjoining part of the this is interosseous membrane. The interosseous membrane की adjoining surface भी ये originate कर रहा है. Is it clear जी? Again, it is going to give the four tendons like the superficialis for the medial four fingers, and it passes through the carpal tunnel similarly like the, you know, in the common synovial sheath with the, or that's common synovial sheath, which is in which the flexor digital superficialis and the profundus tendons, these are wrapped. It is also called as the ulnar bursa, ठीक है। ये common synovial sheath के through the carpal tunnel से pass करेगा, and when it will reach again at the level of the proximal phalanges, it will pierce through, penetrate through the tendon of the flexor digitum superficialis, and then it's going to be inserted at the anterior surface of the base of the distal phalanges. ठीक है जी, तो ये कहाँ जाके अटैच करेगा जी, base of the anterior surface of the base of the distal phalanx पे अटैच करेगा। तो इसका एक्शन कौन से जॉइंट पे होगा जी, distal interphalangeal joint के ऊपर होगा, right? So it is going to flex the distal interphalangeal joint. Is it clear बच्चे? कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है? ठीक है, it is just going to have an action over the distal interphalangeal joint, ठीक है, the flexor distal interphalangeal joint. Again, as क्योंकि ये सारे joints को क्रॉस करता हुआ आ रहा है, So it is also going to assist in the flexion of this wrist joint and the other intermediate joints. ठीक है जी? Okay. No, nerve supply मैंने आपको बता दी थी इसकी क्या थी. Nerve supply medial half is supplied by the ulnar nerve and the lateral half by the median nerve. Well, median nerve is going to give a branch that is called as the anterior introitious nerve. To be specific, it is supplied by the anterior introitious nerve, which is a branch of the median nerve. Is it clear, Ji? Okay. Now we're left with another, muscle, that is the pronator quadratus muscle, Ji. Pronator quadratus muscle. Sorry. I left the one. I left the other one. That's the flexor pollicis longus. Sorry. Okay. The deeper group the second muscle is the flexor pollicis longus. It's very simple. This muscle, it is getting origin from the upper 3/4 of the anterior concave surface of the radius. ठीक है जी? Upper 3/4 of the anterior concave surface of radius, and it is going to be attached, or ये longus energy is going to be attached over the anterior surface, the base of the distal phalanx of the thumb. ठीक है जी? आपकी thumb की जो distal phalanx की base है, उस पे जाके attach करेंगे जी. Again, it is supplied by the anterior introitious nerve, which is a branch of the median nerve, and its action क्या होगा? It is responsible for the flexion of the distal phalanx of the thumb and also assist in the flexion of the wrist. ठीक है जी? The last muscle, that is the pronator quadratus muscle. Pronator quadratus muscle, it is a quadrate shaped muscle, right? And its quadrate shaped muscle, it is getting origin from the ulna and is attached over the radius, right? So it is getting origin from the lower 1/4 of the anterior surface of the shaft of the ulna. यहाँ पे I told you ना कि यहाँ पे anterior surface shaft of the ulna पे there is a ridge, right, which runs downwards and medially, right, and which shows the line of attachment or the origin of the the pronator quadratus muscle, right? So it is getting origin from the lower oblique ridge of the lower 1/4 of the anterior surface shaft of the ulna. Its fibers running obliquely downwards, laterally towards lower 1/4 of the anterior surface of the shaft of the radius, right? ulna के lower 1/4 से आएंगे और radius के 1/4 पे जाके attach हो जाएंगे, and इसके जो deeper fibers हैं, these are going to be inserted at triangular area above the ulnar notch. हमने पढ़ा था when we talked about the ulnar notch. ठीक है? Radius का जो lower end पे ulnar notch के ऊपर जो triangular area बनता है due to the split of this introitious border, right? तो वहाँ पे भी इसके muscle fibers attach होते हैं, right? So again, it is getting its nerve supply from the anterior introitious nerve, branch of the median nerve, and is the pronator of the forearm. So we have finished with the about half of the topic of the anterior compartment of the forearm. ठीक है बेटा?